Hello viewers, welcome to my channel. I'm Hasham. Last video I have completed two problems on computation of income from salary. In this video, third and fourth problem, two more problems I'm going to explain. So all the problems are based on the provisions of income tax. So if you are perfect on the provisions, then these problems will be very much easy for you. And apart from that, always note down the points which I'm explaining, because many points will recur again and again in the coming problems, otherwise you'll forget it. So take these videos very seriously, note down, maintain all the notes, make a record of all the points, then only the subject will become easier for you. Now, before starting the third problem, I expect my viewers to have a printout of the problems which I have given in the link under my description. Take the screenshot of the points of third and fourth problem, then I'll explain. Now, see the problem number 3. Sri D.V. Ramana Murthy is working in Seven Hills Software, Tirupati town of Andhra Pradesh as marketing executive. The first point, the SSC is a non-government employee. Now, he has given the particulars of his salary. See, the solution will be like this. Sri D.V. Ramana Murthy, computation of income from salary for the assessment year 22-23 salary. Basic salary. Now, see here. Compute income from salary. Basic pay 24,000 per month. So first of all, we'll take the salary. Under salary, we'll take basic 24,000 per month into 12, 2,88,000. So one item we have completed, the basic salary 2,88,000. Next comes DA. Dearness allowance is 10,500 per month. Enters for superannuation benefit. So whether it is entering or not doesn't matter. First of all, we should take the full DA received under allowances. So 10,500 per month into 12, 1,26,000. Next comes bonus. Bonus is taxable under the subhead salary. So here bonus 22,000 I have taken. Now commission is also a part of the subhead salary. So commission. Remember the procedure. This is the procedure given by Income Tax Act. What are the items to be taken under the head? Salary, basic, bonus, commission. Now, employer provided the following particulars: rent-free furnished house, lease rent of the unfurnished house 72,000, cost of furniture provided 60,000. Then the book value at the beginning of the year, the furniture was 12,000. First of all, the new point in this problem is rent-free accommodation. This is a perquisite which is taxable for all employees. For all employees, whether government or non-government, whether specified or non-specified. So rent-free accommodation, first of all you have to see whether the SSC is a government employee or non-government. He is a non-government employee. Then you have to see whether the accommodation is owned by the employer or hired by the employer. So here it is given, he has taken on rent, lease. Employer has taken the accommodation on lease, so it is rented one. So in that case, the value of the perquisite is list of the following two: actual rent paid by the employer or 15% of salary. So in working notes you can see here, rent-free furnished house. The SSC is a non-government employee and the accommodation is not owned by the employer. If it is owned by the employer, then the provision depends on the city, whether it is a small city or large, medium city or large city. On that basis, we have to value the perquisite. But if the accommodation is hired by the employer, then least of the following two is the value of the perquisite. First one, the rent paid by the employer. It is given in the problem. The lease rent of unfurnished house is 72,000. This 72,000 is the lease rent paid by the employer. Second, 15% of salary. Now be careful regarding the term salary. Salary means basic pay only. The DA will be included. No, salary means basic plus bonus plus fees plus commission plus all taxable allowances except DA. DA will be included if it enters for retirement benefit, plus any monetary benefit given by the employer to the employee, plus professional tax paid or reimbursed by the employer. This is the complete definition of salary for the purpose of rent-free accommodation. Already I have explained in the last videos. So you should write down what the salary means. Salary means basic plus bonus plus fees plus commission plus all taxable allowances except DA. DA will be included if it enters for retirement benefit. Plus any monetary benefit given by the employer. Plus income tax or professional tax paid or reimbursed by the employer. But here in this case, basic salary 2,88,000 and bonus 22,000, commission 81,000 and DA, because DA is entering for retirement benefit. It is given in the problem. DA is entering for superannuation benefit. So that's why we include DA also, 1,26,000. So total salary is 5,17,000. 15% of 5,17,000. It comes to 77,550. Whichever is lower, actual rent paid by the employer or 15% of salary, whichever is lower is the value of rent-free unfurnished accommodation. So lower is 72,000. So 72,000 is the value of rent-free unfurnished accommodation. To this we have to add 10% of the cost of furniture provided. In the problem it is given the cost of furniture provided is 60,000. But at the beginning of the year, the book value of the furniture was 12,000, 15,000 something. We don't require. We require what is the total cost of furniture. The total cost of furniture is 60,000. 10% of 60,000, 6,000. Add up, you will get 78,000. This 78,000 is the value of rent-free furnished accommodation. Now we have to take that 78,000 here. Rent-free furnished accommodation 78,000. So be careful regarding these provisions what I have explained. Now next one is school fees of 2 children paid by the employer. Now see, children education allowance is different, whereas school fees of the children paid by the employer is a different thing. Education allowance, if it is given, then specific provision is there. Some unexempted amount is taxable, some amount will be exempted if children education allowance is given. But here it is not children education allowance. It is the school children fees of the employee's children paid by the employer. It is an obligation of the employee met by the employer. So it is fully taxable perquisite in the hands of all employees. So the school children fees I have taken here. School fees of the children paid by the employer fully taxable 20,000, right? In working note you should write down, because examiner will see the working note, all calculations, your explanation. The marks will not be allotted just by seeing the figures. The examiner will check the knowledge, how much knowledge you are having about this, how you are reproducing the provisions of the Income Tax Act. So all the provisions you should write down here. Next, credit card expenses reimbursed by the employer. Credit card is used by the employee, and whatever expenditure on credit card that is reimbursed by the employer, it is a fully taxable perquisite in the hands of all employees. So it is amount is 15,000. 15,000. Next, employer's contribution to superannuation fund 5% of basic and DA. Remember, amount contributed by employer to superannuation fund or to new pension fund or to recognized provident fund, it is taxable over rupees 7,50,000. If the aggregate amount of contribution exceeds 7,50,000, then only it will be taxable. But here the amount contributed in the problem, it is given 5% of basic pay and DA. So it is exempted. Employer's contribution to superannuation fund is exempted. Now free meals at a cost of 75 per day and snacks 60 rupees per day for 280 days is provided. Now again a new point. In the previous videos, perquisites I have explained. One point you remember. The refreshments, snacks, coffee, tea provided by the employer to the employees within the business premises and during business hours, it is fully tax-free. two conditions are attached. That means the snacks should be provided during business hours and within the business premises. Whatever be the amount, it is fully tax free. So here snacks are 60 rupees per day. So simply you write on here, free snacks provided during the business hours and within the business premises is a tax free perquisite over. But meals provided by the employer to the employee within the business premises during office hours is exempted up to rupees 50 per day. Already I explained, again I am explaining, write it down immediately. Up to rupees 50 per day meals provided is exempted, over 50 rupees is taxable. Here 75 rupees per day meal. So 75 minus 50 is 25. So per day 25 is taxable. How many days? 280 days. So you can see here, free meals provided by employer 25 rupees. 75 minus 50. 25 per day for 280 days. It comes to 7,000. That's all. Next point is 2 years back he took a car loan from the company at 5.80 interest rupees 7,20,000 and repaid 1,20,000 in principal amount. SBI rate of interest is 9.8%. Now remember, again I am explaining the provisions regarding interest free loan. Income Tax Act says if interest-free loan is given by the employer to the employee or concession in interest is charged, concessional interest is charged, then the benefit to the employee is a taxable perquisite to all employees. Here the SBI rate is 9.8, whereas the employer is charging 5.8. So 9.8 minus 5.8, 4% is the concessional rate. The concession the employee is getting is 4% on the amount outstanding. Actually, loan was taken 2 years back for 7,20,000 and 1,20,000 already repaid. The outstanding how much? 7,20,000 minus 1,20,000, 6 lakh is outstanding. The value of the perquisite is 6 lakh into 4%. Here you can see. Concessional rate is 9.8 minus 5.8. 9.8 is the rate charged by SBI and 5.8 is the rate charged by the employer. So concession 4%. Amount outstanding 720 minus 120 is 6 lakh. The value of the perquisite is 4% of 6 lakh. It comes to 24,000. So this 24,000 is a taxable perquisite over. Next one is his payments are professional tax 4,500 due rupees 900. Income Tax Act says professional tax paid will be allowed as deduction under section 16(3) only on payment basis. That means whatever amount paid is allowed as deduction. The amount due but not paid is not allowed. So here 900 rupees is given in bracket due, not allowed. Only 4,500 is allowed. So I have taken professional tax paid 4,500. Right? In working note you should write down here. Professional tax due but not paid is not allowed as deduction. That's all. I have explained you each and every item. All the points are ticked here. The total gross income from salary is 6,61,000. Now standard deduction under section 16(1)(a). Least of the following two amounts. Gross income from salary or fixed 50,000, whichever is less. So gross income from salary is 6,61,000. The fixed amount given by the income tax rules is 50,000. So whichever is less, 50,000. Take the total 50,000 plus 4,500, 54,500. Now deduct 6,61,000 minus 54,500, 6,06,500. This is the income from salary. In working note, you should write down employer's contribution to superannuation fund, new pension fund and recognized provident fund is chargeable to tax in the hands of employees to the extent aggregate of such exceeds 7,50,000 per year. If the aggregate amount exceeds 7,50,000, then only it will be taxable, otherwise it is not taxable. That's all. This is the end of problem number 3. So what you are seeing, every problem we are coming across a number of new points. So it requires more concentration more interest in learning the subject, then only you can be able to get the command on this topic of income tax. Now I'm going to start the fourth problem. From the following particulars, compute the income from salary of Srimati Sai Lakshmi working in a limited company for the assessment year. Again, the SSC is a non-government employee. So here, Srimati Sai Lakshmi, computation of income from salary for the assessment year. Salary. So how much is the basic given? Basic salary 2,54,000 directly given in the problem. So I have taken 2,54,000. Now DA, dearness allowance considered for all service benefits 1,10,000. That means DA is entering for retirement benefit. Right now, for taking the allowances DA, we should not see whether it is entering or not entering. Every time DA received is fully taxable. How much DA? 1,10,000. Then comes CCA, City Compensatory Allowance, 100% taxable, fully taxable. CCA. Then house rent allowance. Now see carefully. HRA, house rent allowance 46,000, rent paid in Chennai city 23,000. Now, regarding HRA, the income tax exemption is given under section 10 subsection 13A. HRA exemption will be allowed only if the SSC is paying the rent. And where he stay, we have to find out. He is staying at Chennai in metropolitan city. So here, the SSC pays the rent and stays at Chennai. So HRA is exempted to the list of the following three amounts. The first, actual HRA received. How much is the actual HRA received given in the problem? 46,000. So actual HRA received 46,000. Second, rent paid minus 10% of salary. All these are the provisions I have already explained in the previous videos. So now if you are finding any difficulty, immediately go to the playlist of my channel. Select the subject income from salary. Under income from salary, you will find allowances. One video is there on HRA. Watch that video on HRA. Definitely you will come to know what are the points regarding HRA exemption. So rent paid minus 10% of salary. Rent paid is given in the problem 23,000 minus 10% of salary. Salary means basic pay only. DA will be included if it enters for retirement benefit. Commission if it is based on fixed percentage on turnover. But here we don't have commission. Leave commission. DA. See whether DA is entering or not. Yes, it is given. DA is entering for retirement benefit. So salary means basic plus DA. Basic 254 and DA 110. Total 364. 3,64,000 is the salary. 10% comes to 36,400. 23,000 minus 36,400. You are getting negative minus 13,400. And third is 50% of salary because Chennai. For four metropolitan cities, Mumbai, Chennai, Delhi, Kolkata, it is 50%. Rest of India, it is 40%. So here 50% of 3,64,000, 1,82,000. Now, one provision is given in the income tax rules. If any one of the above three amounts happens to be negative, then no exemption will be given. Actual HRA received is fully taxable. First time it is happening here, among the three amounts, one amount is negative. So we should write down. Since one of the item is negative, so no HRA exemption is given. Whatever HRA received is fully taxable. So how much HRA received? 46,000. So same 46,000 fully taxable here. Right? Now, next item is, after that, a big car is provided. So we have taken salary, we have taken allowances. Now we are coming to the perquisite. A big car is provided for official and personal use and the employer paid all the expenses. First time again we are coming across the provisions of car. Sometimes a car will be provided by the employer to the employee. It is a perquisite. It is a perquisite taxable only for specified employees. Who are the specified employees? Already I explained in the previous videos. An employee director, an employee shareholder, or an employee whose salary is more than 50,000. Income from salary is more than 50,000. Here income from salary is more than 50,000. So SSC is a specified employee. So motor car provided is a taxable perquisite. Now it's a big car given by the employer to the employee for both official and personal use, and all expenses are paid by the employer. In that case, the value of the motor car is 2,400 per month. This 2,400 is specified by income tax rules. So what are the conditions? If a big car is provided for both private, personal and official purpose, and all expenses are paid by the employer. All expenses are paid by the employer, then 2,400 per month. So here I have written, the SSC's income is more than 50,000, so motor car provided is a taxable perquisite, specified employee. The employer owns the car, and car is provided for both official and personal use, and it's a big one. And all the expenses are paid by the employer, so the value of the perquisite is 2,400 per month into 12 is 28,800. This is the provision regarding motor car. Next item given is gas, water and electricity bill paid by the employer. Sometimes the electricity, gas, water is in the name of the employee. The connection is in the name of the employee, but the bill is paid by the employer. It's a monetary obligation of the employee paid by the employer. It is fully taxable perquisite. It is the obligation of the employee paid by the employer. So if gas, electricity, water connection is in the name of the employee, but bill is paid by the employer, fully taxable. Gas, water, electricity bill paid by employer 10,000 given in the problem. Profit in lieu of salary, nil. No profit in lieu of salary. Take the total of all these items, 5,08,800 is the gross income from salary. From this, we give the deductions under section 16. The first standard deduction under section 16(1)(a), list of the following two: actual amount, actual gross income from salary, or fixed 50,000, whichever is lower. So gross income from salary 5,08,800, fixed amount is 50,000, whichever is lower, 50,000. EA reduction under section 16(2), not allowed because there is no EA at all. If there is EA, there is a possibility of EA reduction. When there is no EA, no possibility of deduction. Then employment tax or profession tax paid by the employer. Last line it is given, 290 rupees per month into 12. It is 3,480. Now take the total, 53,480. This is the total deduction under section 16. Now subtract 5,08,800 minus 53,480, 4,55,320. This is the income from salary. One more point is given, laptop given for personal use by the company 40,000. Now, income tax, there is a provision. When a laptop is provided by the employer to the employee for any purpose, it is a tax-free perquisite. So all these points you make a note of it, because when in coming problems, if the item comes, you should be in a position to remember what is the provision regarding. So laptop provided, tax-free perquisite. So these are the working notes and this is the solution. So totally I have completed 4 main problems on income from salary. So if you want a perfect knowledge of this subject of income tax and on this income from salary, watch all the videos from beginning till end. I am putting my 100% effort in explaining each and every point. So if you are satisfied, give a like to the video, share my channel, give your comments, subscribe if you have not yet subscribed, and buy the super thanks which is given below my video. Inshallah, we'll continue the next problem in the next video.